Hey, hello there. Hello.
All right.
Have you had a good Christmas?
Amazing Christmas.
Well, so have I, and I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas too. So we're here over the festive season, because it does continue, with gardening essentials.
Gardening essentials.
Our best of.
Oh my word, so many of them today. So everything that you could kind of need, really, when it comes to the essentials, the pots, the feeds, the trays, all sorts of things.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got some of my favourites that side. You go that way.
I'll go this way.
We'll join you in a mo.
We've got so many things going on over here. I've got loads of pots over here. I've got some really bright, colourful ones. I've got ornamental bark over here. I've got strelch. I've got peat-free compost. I've got some topsoil going on, and I've got a really beautiful selection of pots. What have you got?
Well, I was just thinking, as we get closer to January and February, a lot of us will be planting seeds and starting things off, and we've got some brilliant trays for you. This one here is just outstanding value. But over here, this is my favourite, because you've got 3 trays of pots, but also you do get the capillary matting and the second tray for them to stand in as well. So that gives you a complete watering system. We've also got some brilliant deals on things like blowing fast. We've also got chicken manure pellets, and they are absolutely brilliant at conditioning your soil. So loads coming up, but I'm missing you, Bex.
Join me.
Go on, then.
Come on. Because we've got some really amazing pot deals going on here today.
Yeah, some incredible
really
ones.
good.
And actually, we've all got different tastes. I mean, I've got good taste, Bex has got bad taste, but I'm only joking.
Gosh.
Look, it's Christmas. We can have a few. No, I'm only joking. But we've all got different gardens, different taste, and there is no right or wrong.
No, well, I like a whole mixture of things going on in my garden.
Yeah,
actually,
I do.
like, you know, posh and formal pots, and then some, you know, less formal, brightly coloured maybe. And I think we've got something for everybody here.
At incredible prices. Now, as ever, if you are regular, you'll know we always have an offer code, and that unlocks all of the great deals. So the offer code right now is YGTV52.
Yes. Yeah, and you must use that code every single order that you place. Now, the code does change on a sort of weekly basis, and this week it is YGTV52, and we call it the magic key, don't we?
We do.
Because it unlocks absolutely everything to do with the special deals that we've got. If we've got buy one, get one free, if we've got a double up deal, we're in the last week of being able to offer the free postage over £30, and that will unlock that offer for you as well. So please, every time you place it's down there, look.
Oh, it's there.
Every time you place an order, please make sure you put in our offer code, and as I say, that is YGTV52.
Do you know what I'm thinking? There's one thing missing today, a little glass of mulled wine. That would have been,
I think I had enough over Christmas, but, you know, I wouldn't say no.
No.
I wouldn't say no.
So that does finish, as Bex has just said, at the end of the month. I'm just thinking, that code as well, it is a very appropriate, because it is week 52, isn't it?
It is. It's funny, that.
Yes,
it's amazing, isn't it? I wonder what it'll be next week when we're back in January.
We will wait and see. But let's start with a brilliant offer on these spectacular Hendrix planters. They are big, they're 17 inches wide. Normally you get one for $24.99, but you actually get a pair for $24.99. Wow.
Yeah.
Normally nearly £50 for 2.
Yeah, so it's essentially a half price deal that you're getting
here,
here, or a buy one get one free, but it, you know, whatever you want to call it, it is amazing value, because these are big pots, aren't they? I think that these would work great for a variety of things. We've got a few options and some suggestions for you later on, but look at the size that we're talking about here. The design is beautiful too. First thing to point out is, can you see that raised bit in the bottom? Now that works on 2 levels, doesn't it? Number 1.
Great in terms of watering, because it creates a bit of a reservoir.
Yeah. And number 2, it means that amount there is the amount less compost you need to put in.
Yeah, you actually save quite a bit. Because obviously they are big pots and they need a fair amount of compost, but that, as Bex says, does save you quite a bit. But you can get some really big shrubs and plants in here, can't you?
Yeah, you really could. Absolutely. I mean, shall I get one? I'm going to get one. I'm going to put that one in there. Hold on one second. Let's go with... Oh, I didn't bring the fan palm in, but I'm going to go with maybe the Fatsia.
Well, that would be very happy in there.
That would be very happy in there.
And that looks great,
I think
it?
forever, to be honest with you. I mean, you could plant your Fatsia out and it'll get really big, but it would live beautifully in there. And I think that gorgeous, as that grows and gets bigger, it's going to look really pretty in that pot, isn't it? Or, I've got another suggestion.
Are you thinking the same as me?
I am.
Yay!
I think so. Yes, we're going to go with the cordyline in here. Now, I've seen a few of these lately with these beautiful pots with the cordyline in there. And then as the cordyline grows and forms a trunk, then you can underplant this with other plants around the bottom there. Your choice, whatever you want. It could be bedding plants. It could be more permanent plants. But that would look beautiful, wouldn't it?
It's stunning. And as ever, we've got all the plants on our website. But this whole 2 hours is about gardening essentials with our best products to really help make your garden look good, but also just to make sure that you've got all the help that you need in your garden. So if you want to go for those, you get a pair for just $24.99. The RRP is nearly £50, 130522. Now, if that's a little bit too big, maybe you don't have quite the space for these. I love it. First time we've seen these as well.
First time we've seen these, yes. I adore these. Now, we've got their brother over there, the round ones. We'll come to those in a second. But some people do like square planters, don't they? And I think this one is a really, really gorgeous option for you. It's got a kind of stone effect down the bottom here, but then it's got a lovely kind of metallic finish up at the top here.
To me, they just look very shabby chic, beautiful in age, and that's really on trend right now, isn't it?
I think it's gorgeous, and again, this is going to work for a lot of different things. It already has a hole in the bottom there for the drainage for you, but these are not heavy. If it was made of stone and metal, I would be struggling to lift this, but look, it is incredibly lightweight, and the reason for that is that it's made of plastic. You wouldn't know, would you, looking at that?
You would assume, if you saw that on your patio, that it was really solid and heavy, but no, this is the latest generation in plastic pots that look great but are incredibly practical at the same time. Now, you can either go for one for $22.99, but again, if you double up, you do save money. You can get 2 today for £34.98.
I'll pick those up in a second. We've got small Hambro pots for you coming up.
It had those bits ceramic.
Yeah, they'd be broken.
They'd be broken.
Bits on the floor. And
but you can knock over as much as you want, Bex.
I did it on purpose, you see.
You did.
I did do it on purpose.
Great demo.
I know. I would double up because I think, you know how much I love the symmetry, the pairing. Yeah. If you're a regular viewer, you often hear me talking about the pairing and putting these either side of a doorway or a gateway or something. I think that as a symmetry would be beautiful.
Now, if you love that style and finish, but you prefer a round pot, I've got some for you here. I will be honest, the value on the round ones today is ridiculously good for this festive season. So, one of these, $11.99, but a pair for $14.99. It almost looks wrong because these are working out $7.50 each.
I know.
That really is ridiculous, isn't it? And they would normally be £23 each, so they'd normally be about £46. But 2 for $14.99. So we've cut the price by pretty much half, and then we're doing a double deal where you just pay £3 for an extra one. Same sort of finish, that lovely shabby chic finish. I think these are gorgeous. I actually bought these, and a lot of our regulars have bought these recently. And as you say, Beck, something like that's standard. Just
as a little serving suggestion for you, if you were investing in any, I mean, this is the viburnum, but if you're investing in any of the standards that we have on our website, I think that this is the perfect pot to go with it. It's because of the depth of the pot, okay? Because with a standard, you do need a slightly deeper pot. As I've learned, if you plant it into a shallow pot, sometimes it topples over, so the depth of this pot makes it perfect for
because actually when you've got a big head like this on the tall stem, it can easily catch the wind, can't it?
It can, unfortunately. So I think a deep pot like that would be perfect, and it just looks so pretty.
We should say, by the way, don't forget, if you are a club member, if you're a member of our discount club, you will get 10% off most of the products. Some, I think they'll all be 10%, the other one might be 5%, but you'll see the discounts when you add the various items to your order today. But the pair, that does seem wrong, $14.99.
£14.99, £7.50 each. You would not believe that that is all that these have cost, because these definitely look like, they definitely look like they're going to have cost you a lot more, don't they? Really beautiful.
Really love them. And they are 1303.
Oh, any January birthdays? I'm a January birthday.
Yeah, you are, bless you.
That'd be lovely. January birthdays would work. I think January birthday's worse than your December birthday, personally.
Yeah.
Rubbish, isn't it?
Everyone's dieting,
Nobody's got any money left.
On the wagon, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've lived with it for Many years now. Many years.
Many decades back. Sorry, Bex is younger than me.
Yeah, I can get away with it.
You
It's
can.
fine.
Now, we've also got a gorgeous olive plant. Oh my word, only $17.99 today.
I
And
know.
It's the big one. My
It
mum's
is the
got
big one.
smaller versions of this, which are lovely, but this one is fantastic.
I was just trying to think, I'm sure I've got this at home somewhere. What have I got planted in this?
You've got that many pots, you can't remember.
I think I might have an Acer in one of these.
Oh, I bet that looks lovely.
Oh, these are gorgeous because this looks like that glazed ceramic, doesn't it? Look at the lovely glossy finish that you've got in there, that beautiful decoration on here. But again, remember, this is not glazed ceramic. What would be the problems with glazed ceramic? If I tipped it over,
Yeah.
like I often do with the
Yeah.
pots, you could potentially crack and break them, and then they end up being drainage in the bottom of other pots,
And
don't
the
they?
thing is, we have had such mixed weather and strong winds, strong gales, that can easily happen, can't it?
Yeah.
But these are designed to be pretty much bulletproof. The gloss finish is gorgeous. What are you looking at?
Oh, just checking out the price,
Yep.
$24.99,
Yeah.
but not today. These do have the drainage hole in the bottom for you as well, so there is no... I'm just going to stick my finger in there so you can see that it is already in there. There is no drilling or anything that you need to do in order to make the holes. They are, the drainage is already in there. It's really annoying when they don't have the drainage holes. Have you done it?
It is. Well, yeah, and
You
sometimes
try and get in there with a knife.
or I've like drilled holes in, but sometimes I've actually broken pots doing that.
And then it splits and cracks, doesn't it?
Makes a right mess of it.
It's already in there for you, but it's very much about how this looks, isn't it?
And again, it looks great, but it's UV resistant.
Yeah, well, so the plastic is UV resistant, it's UV stabilised,
Yes.
frost resistant, and this is the problem that we get with ceramic and terracotta and things like that, that, you get really cold during the winter, really hot during the summer, they contract and shrink. Expand and contract, thank you. And then that's where you end up getting cracking and breakage happening. But these are designed to withstand that, which means that you get many, many years of use out of them.
They look gorgeous, they are gorgeous, and they're only $17.99. Don't forget, postage-wise, if you are spending over £30, you will get free delivery as well, but that does finish at the end of December. But a lot of the items, some of the items on the show do have postage included.
Yes.
In fact, I believe the pine cone
Oh,
powder,
let's
don't
have a
they?
look. Yeah, absolutely. These ones have the postage
That's
included.
really good.
Yeah, so you can just get one of these if you want to for £9.99, or we are doing that double up deal included on this one as well. So you can get two for $14.98. Wowza. Yeah, and these look really, really beautiful as well, don't they? Because they've got that kind of brushed metallic finish going on there with that gold finish. These work beautifully for any kind of bedding plants, to be honest with you. Perhaps you've got your Nandinas. These could go in here as well. What about the Escalonia that we brought recently? That would look lovely.
And look, if you've got a few bulbs that you still haven't planted, just give them a go.
Oh, yeah.
Last chance saloon.
Well, you've often said that you... oh, there's water in there, sorry. You've planted bulbs in January before and still had success.
I don't do it regularly, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not recommending, but if you've got some, why not?
Yeah. Look, they're better off in a pot than in a bag.
Now, they do have the lip on here as well, so if you're thinking about how you're going to move them around the garden, these do have that little carrying lip on there, so these are easier to move around the garden. And this is one of the benefits of having plastic planters as opposed to heavier planters, because it does mean that they are more lightweight, so it's a bit easier for you to get to move them around.
I think they're just lovely. We do have just the best selection of pots here on YouGarden. And they are 13 inches in diameter, and it is a buy one for £9.99 or double up two for £14.98. By the way, if you are new to the show, hello, because we might have some new viewers over this festive season.
Absolutely.
This is lovely Bex Edwards. Bex with an X.
Bex with an X.
Don't forget that. What's my name again? Oh, there you go.
Yes, if you do want to follow us on social media at all, we do try and post, don't we?
We do.
Our own gardening journey. We try and give you information about any of the shows that we're doing here. So that's where you can find me. So on Facebook, Rebecca Bex Edwards, or on Instagram, Bex Edwards My Garden. And the wonderful Sean Ryan is Sean Ryan, presenter and plant man.
Yes. because I've done a lot of presenting in my time and I love plants. So there you go, on Facebook and the same on Instagram, obviously all one on Instagram. But yeah, we'd love you to follow us and be part of our gardening journey as well. Right.
We've got some more here. We're going to do these ones.
Yeah, we've got these ones, the Tuscanies.
Yeah, you can see why they've been called Tuscany, can't you?
Yeah.
They've got that lovely sort of holiday feel to them, a bit of a, I don't know, Roman feel to them.
Yeah, and again, wouldn't you swear that they were terracotta? When you look at them,
that
wouldn't
lovely
you?
aged
Yeah.
kind of effect that you're getting
They
on
are
there.
gorgeous, aren't they?
I love that
Wow.
that brushed effect that you get on the side of these. That kind of swags that you're getting going around the side, and then the more geometric design down the bottom.
Fabulous.
Really beautiful.
And not only it's a bit of a double deal on these because it's a price reduction of £5, but it's a buy one get one free.
Yeah.
But you do need to use the code to get the free one. But yeah, put one in your basket, use the code, and another one will magically appear.
Multiple.
So they work out £4 each, Bex.
Oh, that's great,
It's
isn't it?
really good.
Multiple drainage holes in the bottom there as well, so that's really good because obviously we don't want our plants or our bulbs or anything to get waterlogged, so there's plenty of drainage holes in the bottom.
I'm just thinking the amount of terracotta pots that I've broken in my lifetime.
Well,
If I could have had £1 for everyone I broke.
So all those terracotta pots that you buy because they're beautiful and they cost you a lot of money, and then they end up getting broken, and literally you do then just use them as because you put them in the bottom of your other pots, don't you, to create that drainage?
As crocks for drainage.
Yeah.
But these will never break.
No. Honestly, I used to be such a snob when it came to pots. I used to spend more money on the pots than I did on the plant I was putting into it because I thought it had to be stone or terracotta or ceramic, but it really doesn't. Modern methods of construction, I was going to say. Manufacturing.
Have you been on the mulled wine bags?
It's been a long Christmas. Modern methods of manufacturing means that we have such beautiful designs and you really can't tell the difference, can you?
I mean, in my day, when I was a child and I used to do a lot of, well, I've always gardened, but I did a lot of gardening with my mum, but we had some plastic pots and you had the seam down there, didn't you? They looked really a bit tacky, you knew they were plastic, but not anymore because manufacturing has advanced so much.
That's it.
It's
that's
evolved.
Correct. Well done.
But it is a buy one get one free 130282, and they are beautifully aged, as you can see there. Just like us.
Just like I was going to say that. Just like you, I was going to say. Like a fine wine.
Oh dear. I've had plenty of that over Christmas, I tell you. But one of the lovely things about today's festive show is we have got pots for everybody. So we've started off with the big ones. I'll let you do all the work back.
That's all right. I'm just going
to
hide those over here.
They're only lightweight. But we have got some really colourful
Actually, that's a good
pots.
point. All of those pots.
Yeah.
And I've stacked them all up together. That's how lightweight we're talking about here.
So normally I would have done the gentleman thing and helped, but they're also lightweight. I don't need to bother.
You don't need to help.
But it's time for a bit of colour now. And I always think, look, we're heading towards January, February, obviously, and it can be a bit of a dull time weather-wise. But if you get some bright pots in the garden, it can cheer you up, can't it?
These make such a difference.
Yeah.
In fact, we've both got these, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have both got these, and they are beautiful. Now, I had mine planted up over the summer months with gerberas in, and they looked absolutely
stunning. You showed me
stunning.
a picture of those,
I
actually.
did.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're
great.
really, really pretty. But these really do give you that splash of colour any time of year. They were great during the summer months when there's loads and loads of colour already in your garden, so it just adds that extra splash of colour. But also, as you say, in those dark, dull winter months when we're just waiting for the spring to come and we cannot wait for some colour to happen in our garden, this is a way of being able to introduce that
And
colour.
there's yours, Bex, yeah?
Oh, look!
See, I like that. That's fun, I think.
Look
don't
how
you?
I planted it, because, OK, so this was a deal that we did, from YouGarden.
I remember.
Where you got the gerberas and you got the 3 different colours and the colours matched the pots. But I didn't do that. I'm a rebel. So I planted the orange gerberas in the pink pot, the yellow gerberas in the orange pot, and the pink gerberas in the yellow pot.
I like it.
I think that looks lovely, doesn't it?
I love it.
It would have looked lovely colour matched as well, but I quite liked mixing it up a little bit. It was a real bright pop of colour during the summer months, but it's really good to introduce that colour during the winter months. And you're getting 4 in this particular deal, so you are getting the red, you are getting the orange, you are getting the pink, and you're getting the yellow. And can I just point out, we have a £4.99 price tag on each of these.
So they would normally be The best part, £20.
That's exactly
for
right,
four.
yes.
They had £9.99 today. I actually gave a couple of my coloured pots to my nieces with strawberry plants in.
Yeah.
And I put them in coloured pots just... If these fall over, by the way...
This is a great game.
But it doesn't matter if they fall over, does it?
Do you know what? I can drop them and I don't care. Because they're plastic, they are designed to withstand all of these things. I never would have done that, obviously, with a ceramic or a glazed pot or something, because they would crack and break, but these don't. They are designed to last you for a very long time.
Yeah. And
Loads of drainage holes again as well.
Fun. And I'm saying, children, if you're trying to get children into gardening, then bright coloured pots can really, really help as well. 130327. But as I've said a few times already, we have got pots for everybody. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want lots of colour, that's too much for my garden, what about these?
Yeah, these
completely different.
I've got these ones as well. I've got so many of these.
My mum's got these. My mum's got these.
Yeah,
ones.
these are lovely. I like the wicker design that you've got in here, and it's black and white as well. I quite like that monochromatic look going on. Really nice size you've got here. So this would work really well for, you know, smaller shrubs, maybe your nandinas going in there. They work beautifully. In fact, I've planted a load of bulbs in here. I think I've got tulip bulbs in these at the moment, waiting to pop up in the springtime. But they're really good size because they're quite versatile for a few different things.
And you might still be thinking about putting some winter bedding outside in the garden. Pansies will still go great in there. Primulas. So in summertime, geraniums. In fact, my mum had some lovely red geraniums in these. They look really good.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Look quite dramatic, actually.
Yeah,
red
I
and
bet.
the black.
The red and the black look really nice.
But it's a lovely monochrome. Again, UV resistant, pretty much unbreakable.
Yeah.
You've got 4 nice big drainage holes in the bottom as well. And you will get, it's a buy one, get one free. But you do need to use our code, which is
really
YGTV52.
Yeah, so when it's a buy one, get one free deal, you put 1 in your basket and then you enter the code YGTV52 and we will automatically put the second one into your basket for you.
Yeah.
So just remember, with buy one, get one free, just put 1 in your basket.
But if you have just joined us, I hope you've had a lovely Christmas.
Yeah.
We're over the festive season with YouGarden TV, of course.
Absolutely.
And we've got some big plans for 2024 as well. Lots of shows, lots of new ideas. So yeah, it's going to be a very good year, I think, isn't it?
I can't wait.
Now we better move on to our next pots though, and these are the Terracotta Bella round planter. Again, it's a buy one get one free. So it's £6.99, but you will get 2 of those. And this is just a classic planter.
Classic.
Yeah.
Absolutely classic planter. If you just want that terracotta look, this is the one to go for.
But again, you know, you can't, it's pretty much impossible to break these. Lots of drainage, Bex.
Yeah, lots of
8
drainage,
holes.
slightly raised as well, which is really good for allowing the drainage to come out of the bottom there. But quite versatile, I think, with the terracotta look on here.
I tell you what, you're right about that design though, because obviously at this time of year, when we're in the middle of winter, it can be wet, and without this kind of design, then plants can get waterlogged. A lot of plants hate being waterlogged. Not all, obviously, but a lot do.
Most.
Yeah.
And most of them do not like it at all, do they?
No.
It's the death of a lot of plants.
It is. So great drainage is so important. But those, when you get a classic look like this, they'll go with any garden.
They really will. Well, I think any garden and any plant.
Yeah,
that's the thing, really. So if you compared it to some of the brighter coloured pots, these are fantastic, and I think these are great for certain things. But there's certain plants you wouldn't necessarily put in here. Whereas I think with these, pretty much the majority of plants you could put in here and they would look wonderful.
And again, it's only £6.99, but it is a buy one, get one free. Postage-wise, I know we've said it a few times already, but if you do spend over £30, you will get free delivery on your entire order. And that promotion does finish in January, doesn't it?
Yeah, in just a few days' time, basically. We kept that offer going. It was only supposed to be here for a few weeks, and we've kept it going for 4 months. And we've been told...
Pretty good going.
Yeah, we did well with that, didn't we?
We did.
But we have been told
really
we can't keep that going into the new year. We will have lots of other deals, lots of other offers, and it is one major benefit benefit of, shopping with us, joining our club, because we are going to offer you lots of deals and discounts and all the rest of it. But unfortunately, we're having to say goodbye to that specific one.
And we wanted to do this show. It's a little bit different. It's all about gardening essentials. We've got lots of feeds coming up as well. Lots of ideas if you are growing seeds and things like that. Because obviously a lot of people will be growing seeds in January onwards.
I've got my sweet peas to plant. That's what I'll be doing in the new year.
To do, yeah.
So actually, I do need those shuttle trays for that.
They're really good value. So they are all coming up during this very special show over the festive season. But I really like these pots, don't you?
Yeah.
These are lovely.
Yeah.
And we have got these on offer. You get all three, by the way. So you get the purple, you get the green, and you get that pink for £6.97. The MRP is £17.97. And I'm just thinking, we've got...
The hellebore.
Should have some hellebore still on our website. But white against those, doesn't that look pretty?
Oh, that's gorgeous. And that would work in any one of these pots. Look. How beautiful. Yeah. Doesn't matter which pot you put that in, that's going to look absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
There's a jumping plan.
You don't have to choose which colour, by the way. It's a triple pack, and you get all three of these. So it's the pink, the green, and the purple.
Isn't it amazing what a difference a pot can make, though? That's a lovely plant, obviously, but in there with a bit of compost, and you're sorted, aren't you?
You really are. They're a really good size, actually, for these. Now, the price that we've got on here is £7.99 each is what these have previously been sold at. So to be able to get three of these for under £7 is incredible. Oh, the pink L in there.
Yeah.
That's your Escalonia pink L. So this gets these lovely panicle shapes of bright pink flowers on here. So pink with the pink, that will look really pretty when that comes into flower.
I'll be honest, that will probably only be OK in there for
a little while. Yeah, yes. You'd pop that on at some point.
But it looked great for a couple of seasons, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Love it.
But those pots, I think they are wonderful. I love the fact that you get three pots that are different colours, and you might even want to double up on these if you like to do things in pairs. You've got one of these, haven't you?
Well, I think I've got three, actually, because I had three hostas.
So
there it is.
Three.
So there's one of them. So I planted the hostas up over the summer this year, and that's just one. Oh, look at those tall spikes of flowers coming out the top. That got so big, and I put my hostas with my acers because it just looks really beautiful together. The luscious leaves of the hosta against the acer leaves is really pretty.
Now I remember when I came to your garden.
Yes.
You were very proud of your hostas because they were hole-free.
They were hole-free.
No holes in the leaves.
Well, do you know, I tried to grow hostas previously, and this is before I discovered this amazing product called Strulch. So I planted a hosta into my border, and I think it was within 2 days, it was completely destroyed because the slugs and the snails got to it, and it was like a buffet. They had a whale of a time, and they ate their way through the hostas. And then I discovered Strulch, and my 3 hostas, excuse me, that I planted out this year, all the way through the season. No slugs and snails eating on them at all. It was brilliant.
Honestly, Strulch, I mean, it's a multi-purpose product. There it is. But as a slug and snail deterrent, it is our #1. And what is great about it, because obviously we try and be, as gardeners, we try and be as environmentally friendly as possible. And this doesn't kill the slugs and snails, it just gets them to move on, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's an incredibly environmentally, safe and nice way of deterring the slugs and snails. It's made of mineralised straw, and there's some kind of science going on here, but there's something in it that they just don't like.
Yeah, they just hate.
They just don't like it.
I think they just don't like the texture, so they come near it and it's like, oh no, I don't want to crawl over that.
So they slither off somewhere else.
Yeah.
They'll slither off into your neighbour's garden instead of into yours. So if you've got hostas or even sweet peas, they love eating new sweet peas, don't they? Marigolds.
And obviously, there's nothing more soul destroying than growing fruit and veg and you've grown them from seed and things are just beginning to take off, and then
Yeah,
suddenly
they come and start eating all your seedlings.
Yeah, overnight
Such a
sometimes
shame.
a whole crop can disappear, can't it?
It really can. So this is a way to be able to keep away the slugs and snails, but that's just one of the benefits of Strolch, because it does have multiple benefits, doesn't it?
It does great weed deterrent, so do your weeding first and put this on top and it will help prevent your weeds coming. It's also a great soil improver, so if your soil isn't in great condition, I mean, you live in a clay soil area, so this must be brilliant at breaking down that clay soil and giving it more structure.
Yeah, it can really improve the texture of soil. You know, so I've got particularly heavy clay soil in my garden, so this is something that I really do need to start digging through my soil to help improve that texture. So yeah, great at that. It can help with water retention as well, because once you put this down, obviously over the summer months, it'll help to retain that moisture in the ground. But it also evens out the look of your garden.
Yes.
So it makes it look really pretty,
like
just like that. And it doesn't blow away. Because, I mean, it's made of this straw, so you would think that, you know, in strong winds it might just blow away, but it really doesn't.
I think it sort of clings onto itself, if you know what I mean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of our top-rated products here on YouGarden.
And it's a great mulch as well, by the way.
Yes.
That's one of the other benefits.
Of course.
Yeah, so as a mulch, as a way of looking after some plants, you know, in the colder months and things, that can be incredibly important.
Well, it is on offer today. You've got a saving of £6.99 and postage is included. Now, also coming up this show, you got the bark, haven't you? Yeah,
we've got the UK grown and produced ornamental spruce bark mulch here. So this is great. Again, you know, it can be great for ground cover, weed suppressant. It's great if you've got like kiddies' play areas and things like that to put that down. Lots of benefits for using that one.
Looks really attractive as well.
Looks really pretty, doesn't it?
Now, we have got, a lot of you have been asking, do we do a great peat-free compost? And we do. So very similar to our premium professional compost, but it is peat-free.
It is peat-free, and it looks so similar. I'm just looking at the table over there with our other one. It looks and feels so ridiculously similar, but it's a great multi-purpose compost, fine enough for you to be able to use for seedlings, cuttings. It's great for your baskets. It's great for your beds and borders. It's really, really good, this one.
And also, coming up, we have got some topsoil, and I know some of you that are regular viewers, I live in pretty much a new build house. When we moved in.
It's only a few years old,
yeah,
isn't it?
a few years
3 years old.
And it was a building site when we moved in. It really was a building site. And a lot of new builds, you'll know, the topsoil that you're actually given is quite poor. So if you're trying to grow things like your own lawn and things like that, it can be a bit of a nightmare. We have got some really great topsoil for you. So if you want to improve your soil, add an extra layer, maybe you're thinking about maybe say turfing, putting a lawn down by seed, things like that, we have got a fantastic topsoil available as well this show. It's really nice. It's really good quality.
Really, really nice texture going on there.
Obviously, these are all on the website as well. But we have got a few more pots.
Terinos.
We've got
These are
loads of
Terinos,
pots,
right?
haven't we? Yes, they're your Terinos.
Just making sure. We got a lot of pots. I've got
got
to
a plan
remember
for
the
those.
names of them all. Yes, so what we've got is the Torino planter, light copper, twin pack, and that's the price for two?
Yes, $3.98.
Really? Wow.
Doesn't that hellebore look nice in there?
That looks really pretty in there. Yeah, that's oh, I do love the hellebores.
I know.
Yeah, these are really, really pretty. I've got some of these as well. What have I got in these? I think I've got my primrose. I think I've got my primroses planted in these.
Yes, you have.
It's the primroses, isn't it?
I remember. I'm sure you did a little video on social media.
Yeah, these are really good as well. So these have got all of the drainage holes in the bottom. They're slightly raised as well, so you can stop any waterlogging going on in there. But remember that these are made of plastic. There's a slight give to them, which is actually really good when it comes to the plastic, because it does stop it from cracking and breaking. They're UV stabilised, they're frost resistant. But check out the finish on there. Look at that brushed effect, that finish that you've got. I think they look really good, don't they?
And they're working out less than £2 each.
I'd get loads of those.
Yeah.
So if you bought 5 of those, you'd get 10, because it is a twin pack. And having multiples of these looks really good, particularly if you want to line a pathway, or you've got some steps, you want to put one on each step.
I've got some steps actually, my garden.
Yeah, that'd look nice.
Yeah, these are either side all the way down.
Either side all the way down.
Full of primroses or hellebores.
Well, they're so easy to to fill and change over.
Yeah,
So you could do your winter bedding in there, your summer bedding in there. You could really make a seasonal display with those, couldn't you?
And they've got such a lovely finish. So $3.98 today for the Torino planters in that light copper finish. 130524. The pots on today's show are really, really great value, but really well finished as well. And then we've also got for you the Alhambra pots.
These are gorgeous.
Yeah, I like these.
I really like the design on here. I really like the swirls and the beautiful design that you're getting on here. And it's got that brushed kind of gold finish to it as well. Again, I mean,
Yeah, look at that
hellebore in there would look absolutely gorgeous.
It's amazing what a difference a decent pot makes.
Wow, that's so pretty. Look at that. So it is a double up deal that you're getting on here, by the way. So we are bringing you just incredible value, which is what we try to do with everything that we bring you here on YouGarden.
And you are getting a pair there, $4.98. So an amazing price on the Alhambra brushed gold planters. And if you have got, I know it's a little bit late, but if you have got some bulbs lying around, one of the top gardeners on the TV...
You could put bulbs in here.
...influenced me a few years ago and said, look, if you've got bulbs at this time of year, December, early January, you can either leave them in the packet and then they're just going to rot and that's it, or you could plant them and see what happens. I choose the plant to see what happens. And I have planted bulbs as late as January and still had great results. They've come up a bit later, but they've come up.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Bulbs are incredible things, to be honest with you. So you could easily grab some of our compost, whether it's the peat-free stuff or our premium professional compost, which we'll be talking about in a bit. Put your bulbs in here and just see what happens. 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100, they are going to come up for you. So if you have some of our, because we were doing lots of free gifts, weren't we, with purchase over the last few months? We've got some of our little tech bouquets or any of the tulips.
Might be
or
a bit late for crocus, but give it a go.
I think they'd probably
That's a
still
bit
come
high,
up.
wasn't it? Give it a go.
Give it a go. See what happens. Let's give it a go. Absolutely.
Now, one of the most popular pots that we've ever had on YouGarden, just come and join us over here because we have got our bird trellis planters. Now, we have planted these up with hellebores for a nice winter display. Yours obviously will come unplanted, but you bought these, didn't you?
I did buy these, and they were a Christmas gift.
Now, how well received were they?
Absolutely beautifully well received.
Good.
Yes, they were a Christmas gift. We planted up one for my mother, and we planted up one for my mother-in-law, and they absolutely adored them.
And did they both behave over Christmas?
No comment.
There's always the odd bit of friction over Christmas with families, isn't there?
I was chatting to a friend yesterday, and she said, "Well, what's Christmas unless you feel a little bit uncomfortable in your own home?"
I like that.
Because that's what you're supposed. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
I've had 2 disastrous Christmases in my time. Yeah. First one was when a true story. I was split living at the time, so it was a nightmare. So I had to drive back on Christmas Day.
Right. Oh.
I know, it's a long story. And then cook a meal at my home that I had there in Peterborough. I had a flat in Leeds and a home in Peterborough. Long story short, was cooking Christmas dinner. So I arrived fairly late. And do you know what? I hardly ever used the oven in that house, didn't use it regularly.
Yeah.
The Christmas dinner just wasn't cooking.
Oh, no.
It's like taking forever. And I'm like, what is wrong? And basically, half the element was off in the oven. It had gone.
Oh, no. Yeah. So it was only cooking at half heat.
So to cut a long story short, it took that long to cook. By the time it was ready, everyone was absolutely sloshed. My mum and dad were legless. And
that's the best Christmas.
No, it wasn't, because nobody ate it. My mum was like, oh, I'm past it now, I can't eat. And my dad was like, honestly, and nobody ate a thing. It took all day to cook, and nobody ate it. And it was delicious. It was a very slow-cooked turkey, so it took about 10 hours. But anyway, and then I had another disastrous Christmas where nobody ate anything either, but that's another story.
Oh, dear.
So anyway, we hope you had a great Christmas day. But if not, cheer yourself up with these. But yours went well. They went very well as gifts.
Yeah,
Great.
and the thing with these is that they are going to, because we planted them up with the hellebores as well. So hopefully they'll keep the hellebores in them, and every year they will delight because they will give this kind of display. But if they want to, they can take the hellebores out and plant them into their borders, and then they can use these pots for anything else that they want to. Any bulbs, any bedding plants, any of those sorts of things, they will be able to use these for. Not floor. Now, these bits at the top, the trellis, do come out. They just clip into the side here. So they will unclip and you can take them out so that they are just then the pot at the bottom here. But I don't know why you would. That lovely trellis design on the top looks really pretty, doesn't it? You could even put like a climbing plant in here, a small one.
Like a mini one, yes.
Like a miniature climber. You could put that on here and it would climb around here if you want to. Be really pretty. I wouldn't want to though, because I think this is really nice, and I love the little robins that you've got at the top here. They're really cute.
But so many different ideas with this. The value, by the way, they're normally $8.99 each. So 2 would cost you the best part of £18. Right now, today, you're going to get £3 off, but then you get a free one as well.
You do.
So we worked out it's about a third
it's
of
about
the price.
a third of the usual price. To get 2 of these, it's a third of the price for normally for buying 2.
And what do we need to do to get this deal, Bex?
You have to enter the code. You must enter the code that's on your screen at the moment. And this week's code is YGTV52. It's our magic key. It unlocks all of the special deals. So if it's a buy one, get one free, a double up deal, or even getting the free postage over £30, you still must enter that code in order to get it.
And don't forget, you can shop the whole website. There's all sorts on there, some great clearance deals, sale items, all sorts. But the golden rule is, as you check out, always put that code in, and that will unlock all the best offers that are currently
You did
available.
it once, didn't you, where you didn't enter the code?
Yeah.
Just once. Remembered every other time.
Yeah, forgot to put the code in once, and I got my, what do you call it, your...
Order confirmation.
Yes, order confirmation. I'm looking thinking, that's wrong. And then I realised I've not put the code in.
I've spent way more money than I thought.
I've spent more money, and where's all the promotion?
Where's my free gifts and my
promotions,
savings?
things like that. So always put that code in and you will get the best value. But as we head towards January and February, it will be seed growing
Seed
season.
City.
Well, actually, certain seeds I do start growing in January. Some I wait till obviously February, March and onwards. But we have got some amazing deals on our shuttle trays. So this selection here will allow you to plant up, it works out 90 pots in total, 18 in each tray, and you get 5 trays. And obviously you can use these again and again for many, many years. Wow, that is great value at $12.99, isn't it?
Incredible value. I mean, God, how much can you plant in here? Say 90 pots.
Yeah.
I've got some sweet peas that I want to plant up, so maybe I'm going to be looking at something like this to do my sweet peas. But there's so many things that you could be doing for your seed planting in here,
and
isn't
they
there?
all stack as well. The great thing
if you want
is,
to.
so when you're not using these, that is how they will all stack.
Yeah.
And you will use them again and again.
Go on, what are you getting?
I'm just moving my disguised mulled wine.
Oh, he's pretending it's juice. It's really
juice.
mulled wine that he's drinking. He's going to leave his car here, and I'm going to drive him home.
Oh, that sounds good. That does sound good.
That'd
That's
be great
a deal.
fun, wouldn't it?
But yeah. Trays like this are brilliant. They will save you so much money in the long run. Growing seeds is fantastic, and cuttings. You know, I take a lot of cuttings and things as well.
Yeah, that is the benefit of this. I mean, delphiniums, you could grow. Loads of people grow those from seed, don't they? You've got your sweet peas. What else are you? What are you growing from seed this year?
I always grow cosmos from
Lovely,
seed.
yeah, cosmos is
I
great.
saved them from the previous year.
I don't do much
I do my
seed growing.
tomatoes. Yeah.
Tomatoes.
So I'll do just 1 tomato seed in each of those.
Very nice.
Don't know which varieties yet. I've got my sweet peas to plant as well. What else were we going from seed? I might coleus. I'd like to go from seed. I've done that before.
Yeah,
And they
okay.
were fantastic. Yeah.
I do like a coleus.
I
It's
do.
lovely leaves, isn't
Yeah.
it? The colours.
We've got loads of seeds on our website.
I
by the way.
don't do much seed growing, or at least I haven't in the
Well,
past.
you don't have a
but
greenhouse, do
I
you?
don't have a greenhouse, but I would quite like to do it. You know, I
Yeah.
love growing. I like growing from. I like the idea of growing it from a seed because you follow that entire
Yes,
journey,
it's
though,
great.
don't you? That's going to feel quite lovely.
And you don't need a greenhouse. You know, I've got many
A
seeds.
windowsill will do
Yeah,
it, or
of
a
course it will.
conservatory would do it, wouldn't couldn't it? Quite easily. I've got a conservatory. I could do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Could totally do it in my conservatory.
But if you are growing them inside, because obviously these have got drainage holes in the bottom.
Yeah, they have.
So inside's probably not a great idea with these.
Not unless you've got a tray or something to put in them.
Well,
come
over here.
Funnily enough.
Because this next section is a complete shuttle tray and watering system.
Okay, so you were telling me about this because
this is
you
so
get this mat, don't you?
Yes. So on this one, you get 3 trays with 18 pots in each, so you can go 54 individual items. But you get the tray to actually stand these on, which is a solid tray, so water will not go through that. And I only recently started using this capillary matting.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bex, I was telling you earlier before the show. Honestly, I got amazing results. I did a little experiment where I was growing.
I love that you've done an experiment. That's great.
I did it with my tomato plants, and I put one lot on capillary matting and the other I didn't. And the ones on the capillary matting go pretty much twice as quick.
Wow.
Yeah, because we're constantly getting that moisture from the bottom.
So that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's moisture in the bottom. The capillary matting
Soaks it
holds onto the moisture, and then because of the holes in the bottom here, it can then soak up the moisture from the capillary matting as and when it needs it.
And that just gives you a more constant watering.
Yeah.
It's particularly in the greenhouse, because you know it's like you've got a greenhouse. If it's sunny hot for a couple of days, things can grow out, well, even for a few hours, things can dry out very quickly. Also, if you go on holiday, Bex, you know all your lovely houseplants.
Well, yeah, so I was getting somebody to come round and water and stuff, and that was, you know, that can be quite tricky, because they don't necessarily know how much to water, and they might forget.
Well,
that did
when
happen
you go
as
away,
well.
you've got 3 of these, don't forget. Place your houseplants on here, and it will allow them to stay watered for a lot longer.
It's such a good idea,
yeah, it really is.
Isn't it?
So that is great for just putting your houseplants on when you're away.
I love that.
Obviously, if you're going on a world cruise. But
if you're going away for 3 weeks, maybe not.
But for a couple of weeks, you should be. What I tend to do is put my houseplants on there in a cooler room, and they should be fine.
Oh, that's amazing.
But it is a complete watering system, $12.99, and you get 54 9cm pots, 3 shuttle trays, 3 of the watering trays, and 3 capillary mats as well. That is really good, seriously, really good value, actually.
Yeah, there's loads there, isn't there? And if you need more, obviously, all you need to do is buy multiple kits.
Yeah.
So you could get 108 if you bought 2 of these systems.
And that does mean if you're growing seeds and things inside, because you've got the trays that are solid, you're not going to get water pouring through.
Yeah, that's really good. So if I'm growing these in my conservatory, rather than flooding my conservatory out, I can put them on these. Good. Ooh, okay, maybe I'll get that little kit.
So that is only $12.99. It's a complete shuttle tray and watering system. And yours, Bex, is this one, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. If you do want the 90, then these are the details for you. 130013. Is that right? Yes. 130013, and that is £12.99, and that has been reduced in price as well. So you are getting 90 of the 9cm pots and 5 of the trays to keep them in. And remember that they do stack together, so when they are not in use, they can stack together like that.
Brilliant. Now, our top-selling plant food here on YouGarden is our blooming fast, and the clue is in the name.
It blooming fast, it is.
Yes.
It's blooming fast. Yeah. No, it's really good, isn't it? I've been using this for a while now, and it is amazing.
I've used it for years. Yeah, it's brilliant. But we have got, now this is the big 1.25 kilo tub. $16.99. But if you want to stock up for the whole of spring and summer yet to come, we are doing a double up deal where you get 2 for $26.99.
There's a lot there, isn't there?
Yeah. And this is a brilliant all-round feed, really high in your NPK. 18-18-24 it is, isn't it?
18-18-24, yeah. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and
potassium.
Potassium, thank you. I forgot the word.
You have been on that wine, haven't you?
So this is all about more flowers, more fruits, better roots, and better shoots. If you've often looked at other people's gardens and thought, why are they getting more flowers than me? What are they doing? They're feeding their plants. We cannot live on water alone, and neither can our plants.
Now, I was just trying to work out how many watering cans this will fill.
It's a lot.
5 grams per
5 litres,
5 litres. 5 into... It works at over 200 watering cans. About 205 I make it.
Well done, you. I can't do that kind of maths. I can't do fast maths.
Yeah. Does it works out over... you average size water can, that will fill it back 200
Use
times.
5 grams.
Yes.
Per 5 litres.
And there's a...
1.25 kilos. I can't do that maths.
Shall I check that?
It's a lot.
That's right, I'm sure. Works out over 200 watering cans.
I feel like it's even more than that.
Right, hang on now.
You do the maths. You do the maths.
I've got my calculator
So
here.
all you do is you take 5 grams and you put a normal watering can is like 4.5, 5 litres. So that's why we're saying watering cans. That's your standard size. And you just put it...
I was wrong, it was 500.
Yeah, I knew it was more.
Well done.
I could tell it was more.
It's me that's been on that mulled wine.
So 500 watering cans per tub.
Hang on, that's if you...
Oh, for both
That's
tubs.
if you... No, so I was right.
So you were right.
Yeah. But if you double
I
up...
was thinking about 2 tubs. That's my excuse.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, anyway. So yes, it's going to be so easy to do. You just put a scoop into your watering can, you fill your watering can, and then you go and you feed. It's very, very easy. In the summertime, depending on what you've got, you're doing it probably once a week, and you reduce obviously over the winter months. You don't feed as often, but that's all you need to do. If you've got a water butt,
yes,
brilliant, because all you do is put the amount in your water butt based on how much water that will hold, and then you're literally just filling up your watering can from your water butt, and that makes life so much easier.
And we should say we do have various sizes on our website. But the best deal today is the double up deal where you get 2 massive tubs for £26.99. And you've got all, remember this is really high in your NPK, 18, 18, 24 for nitrogen, which is great for shoots, your phosphorus, which is great for stems and roots and shoots, and you have got your potassium. And that's great, obviously, for your...
flowers and fruits and veg and stuff like that. There's also micronutrients in there that are really good vital for getting healthy plants. You've got humic acid in there for improved biological activity in the root system. There's so much science in that tub. Yeah. You don't need to understand it at all. All you need to know is that it will make a difference in your garden.
Huge difference.
Whether you're growing shrubs, flowers, fruits, vegetables, this is your all-round feed for your garden.
If your plants could speak, they would say, feed me. They really would.
Honestly, they don't just want water. They really do need a bit extra.
Yeah. And I use that for my houseplants as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I've just been using it outside.
Nah, I use it for houseplants.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that.
Seems to do the trick. But anyway, brilliant product, great reviews on our website, and that double up deal is fantastic. Where are you going, Bex?
I don't know. Where are we going? Oh,
I think we
manure.
should stay here.
Okay.
I do.
Should we do chicken manure?
I think we should. I think the chickens would love that. Now this is a pelleted chicken manure for you. And all the details are on the screen. But I'll be honest, I haven't used this.
No, I haven't either.
But I was looking at some reviews and things, and they're really good.
Yeah, incredible, because it's a completely organic and natural fertiliser, which has been made from dried and sanitised composted chicken manure. That is very important, obviously.
Good.
So it has been sanitised. You don't need to worry about that. And what it's going to do is it's going to release nutrients over a really long period. This is great for things like lawns, it's great for borders, it's great for certain vegetables, it's great for putting into pots as well, because what it contains is a wide range of nutrients to help. It helps to stimulate the microorganisms in the soil so that it will then release more nutrients. The only thing is you don't want to use this on ericaceous plants, basically.
So keep away from your camellias, your rhododendrons.
Yeah.
Your blueberries.
But most, pretty much everything else.
And I was thinking, Bex,
on.
I've got a really difficult area in my garden, which is basically underneath a huge eucalyptus tree.
Oh, yeah.
Because the eucalyptus, I mean, it just takes every bit of goodness for itself. So that could be brilliant, just digging that in, yeah?
Absolutely, and that's pretty much all you need to do is just dig it through into whatever area it is that you're going to put it in, and it's going to help to just bring back that goodness and the nutrients into that area. There's loads of stuff. Look, there's loads on here.
It really looks, very nutritious.
Trace elements, organic matter, NPK. Oh, there's loads in here. And the thing is, the pellets break down really slowly
so
as
you
well.
do get a long-lasting feed.
Long-lasting feed,
But
yes.
if you are trying to be that little bit more natural in your garden, it is, of course, a natural fertilisation you've got here. You can buy one, but obviously you do get a better deal if you double up as
Yes,
well.
I was looking for the amount of area that it will cover.
It's big, isn't it?
It is quite big. It's a 5 kilo bag. So look, yes, on the back here it's telling us. So in a lawn, you're going to do 150 to 200 grams per metre squared. Garden
So border,
borders,
again the same.
Herbaceous borders the same. Veg gardens roughly the same, 125 to 150. So yeah, that's going to cover a big area for you.
That's 5 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might try that, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think we should all be trying to do a little bit more organic gardening.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
there is a
always
way
good
of
to
doing
try
it.
new things. And so I've got just a really difficult area in my garden underneath the eucalyptus trees. So if you've got a bedded border that things really struggling, then yeah, maybe give that one a go. But if you have just joined us, by the way, we hope you had a great Christmas. We're here throughout the festive season. This is our Gardening Essentials show. So some of the best products that we've got that are for all gardens and everyday use. So lots of different feeds, lots of different pots, lots of different composts. So pretty much everything that most gardeners need. But do check YouTube and our website for other shows, because we have got a clearance show on there as well, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
And,
Houseplant show.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
That's exciting, that one.
So yeah, if you need a bit of TV over Christmas, and you're bored of those Christmas movies.
Oh yeah.
YouGarden, we've
Done
got
now.
Yeah.
Over it now.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. And let's start thinking about next year in our gardens as well. But we've got a lovely selection right now of composts, soils, and we've got this, which is our ornamental spruce bark mulch. It's a 70 litre bag. It's currently got, this is really good actually, it's currently got £10 off at just £12.99. Again, this is multi-purpose.
Yeah, multi-purpose, because this is great for weed control in beds and borders. You know, once you've gone round and you've weeded, you can put this down and it'll help to suppress any weeds coming through. It's also going to look really pretty as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it can look really attractive.
Yeah, and it's great for as a softer surface if you want it on pathways or maybe, you know, children's play areas and things like that. That's great for that. It's UK grown, it's UK produced, it is also sustainably sourced, so you don't need to worry about that either. And the 70 litre bag is going to cover 1 to 1.2 square metres, that's 10 to 12 square feet, when it is spread at the recommended depth, which is about 5 to 7 centimetres depth.
And what it does, I think, it really tidies up beds and borders, because it can look messy, particularly if you've got weeds and things like that. But when it's all uniform, and it's a very natural effect, isn't it?
It's a very natural effect, and I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at the display that provides. I definitely need to do this in my beds and borders, because over the years I've got various different areas and they all just look a bit different because of various different composts and things that have been used. So to get that gorgeous uniform look, I think looks really pretty, and it's natural as well.
It's earthy and natural, and as Bex was saying, if you've got young children as well, it can be great around play areas.
Yeah, like trampolines, or if you've got any of those lovely climbing frames or playhouses, anything like that, it looks great underneath there. Or maybe it's underneath a tree that doesn't get much sunlight, so the grass isn't growing or something in those areas. This is great to put under there.
In fact, one of our friends, Denise Robinson, and she's presented a few shows here on YouGarden.
Yeah.
Well, I know in the back of her garden she's got a big tree which is protected.
Yes. Oh, she told me about this when she was here last time, actually. Yes.
Did she tell you? Because
no,
basically it had the grass around it was always dreadful.
Yes, because it is under those trees, unfortunately.
Didn't get enough light, didn't get enough water. So eventually they dug a whole area out around the tree, circular, and filled it with something similar to this. And it looks so good.
Oh, I bet
it might have been this that she bought, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it looks so much better and neater.
It does. Instead of patchy grass or moss or stuff growing through.
But
under that Acer is beautiful. That looks like the Jordan
I think
Acer.
it really the way that it works, and obviously it suppresses leaves, so weeds, and gives uniformity. But I think when you've got a whole area covered in this, it almost highlights the shrubs more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
It provides a nice contrast,
Yes.
doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty.
But it's a really nice mix, that one. 100,061. Big bag of this, 70 litres, and you are saving £10 today at just £12.99. Don't forget to get all the best offers if you're thinking, oh, what's that code on the screen? That unlocks all of the top promotions, and it's Ygtv 52 today. That's the promotion code to actually use. Now, we mentioned this briefly earlier, but this is straw, which actually is one of the highest rated products on the YouGarden website.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Great reviews on this one.
I need to put my review on there as well, because I am blown away by how good this is. Having grown hostas previously and them get absolutely destroyed within just a couple of days, when I did use this on the hostas in the pots that I planted just earlier on this year, I was honestly just so incredibly amazed by how my hosta survived the entire summer with no holes in them. The slugs and the snails did not get to them, and it is absolutely amazing. Dahlias. They love eating dahlias,
yes.
don't they? Or dahlias. Is it dahlias or
I
dahlias?
would say dahlias.
I say dahlia.
Marigolds as well. I love marigolds, but seriously, so do slugs.
Yeah.
I mean, marigolds can disappear overnight.
And look, I get it. We want beneficial pollinators and things, and I don't want to damage any of those animals. I want an environmentally friendly way of looking after my garden, looking after all of the things in it, and
you
this
want
is
your
one
own
of
kind
those.
of mini ecosystem going on in
Absolutely.
your garden, but it's really, as a gardener, isn't it just so destroying
frustrating, isn't
when
it?
the slugs destroy those seedlings that you've grown.
And you've looked after them,
Yeah,
you've
and you've
protected them, you've put fleece coverings on.
And you've just planted out your lettuces, and then suddenly, they're gone.
Nom, 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 they come and eat them all.
So this is a natural way of deterring the slugs.
Yes.
Doesn't kill them, doesn't kill the slugs and snails.
Yeah, there's
but
no
it just-
pellets, no poisons, nothing like that in here. It's made of a mineralised straw. It was developed at a university, Leeds University, I think it was. And its main use is definitely to keep away the slugs and the snails, but it's just one of the benefits. There are multiple benefits with your strulch. The ingredients in it, or the mineralised straw, stays active for up to 2 years, at which point you'll then just dig it through into the soil.
And
It'll help improve the texture. And then you'll just put another layer down. But it has so many more uses, doesn't it?
It does. Weeds. A brilliant weed suppressant. And again, when you've got a bed and border and you've got some nice shrubs and things, and then all the weeds are surrounding them, you kind of lose sight of where the shrubs are. It can really affect the whole look of a garden, can't it? When you've got weeds poking through in the wrong place. But yeah, this suppresses weeds as well. Bex has got a clay soil, so brilliant, as we said, for improving the structure, but also this time of year when it's cold, a great mulch. Yeah,
it's really good as a mulch. So if you've got certain plants that need just that little bit of extra protection, and actually I think it's a really good habit to get into, that we should just mulch everything, because then you're covered, aren't you?
But it's amazing that extra protection. It might just be 1 or 2 degrees, but it can be the difference between a plant surviving and dying.
Yeah,
over the winter months.
definitely. So weed suppressant, mulch, keep the slugs and the snails away. It looks pretty as well. It makes it all nice and uniform, but it also helps to retain the moisture in the ground.
But doesn't that loop in there really stand out?
It looks really pretty.
Yeah. Brilliant product, and it has got nearly £7 off today.
It's really good.
100,086 is your item number. And don't forget, if you are club members, and lots of you are now discount club members, then you will get your 10% discount on most of the products that we have got on the show. So we always say 10% off plants and accessories, but also loads of other benefits. So do join the club if you are not a member already. Now, we do have, of course, our brilliant professional compost, but we have had quite a few gardeners saying, have we got a peat-free option? And we have. We understand that. And we have got a brilliant peat-free option for you right now. Comes to you in 2 40-litre bags at £23.97, and postage is included. The first thing we noticed with this, really good texture.
Incredibly
really
soft, beautiful. I mean, honestly, I can't really tell the difference between this and our professional compost that we normally bring
really
you.
good.
It's a gorgeous texture.
Because if we're honest, Bex, when we have tried a few peat-free composts in the past, I have been disappointed. Have you?
Well, I have actually, because the texture of them. So I've tried it in a couple of things I've got at home, and when I water, it pours over the edge. So all the compost is pouring over the edge, and that's quite frustrating. I'm then left with these dips inside the pot. That's not going to happen with this. You're certainly not going to get that runoff when you're watering. You've got all of those benefits of it being a lovely, light, airy texture, which means that you're going to be able to get roots in here, growing, spreading, forming a really nice, strong root structure, just like with our other compost, which is vitally important.
And it does look nice and fibrous.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's got all that composted wood fibre in there. It's fine enough for you to be able to plant your seedlings in here, to put your cuttings in here. You could happily use this in your beds and your borders, your pots, your hanging baskets. It's topped up with a starter feed, so you've got your NPK in here, you've got magnesium fertiliser in here too, and it's also got that composted coir, the cocoa fibre in here too, plus the fine bark chippings and sterilised organic matter in there too.
Wow. So I know that the nursery have worked really hard on bringing you a fantastic peat-free compost.
This is beautiful stuff.
If you want to go peat-free, we would love you to try this maybe for the first time.
I haven't tried this yet. I'm definitely going to try this out.
Well, I don't mind telling you, I have been disappointed in the past with a few peat-free composts, but we know you will not be disappointed with this one. And do try it and put some reviews on our website.
Please.
But it looks and feels great, doesn't it?
I mean, I genuinely cannot tell the difference. It's beautiful. Look at it.
Well, hopefully your plants won't tell the difference either. We don't think they will.
Look at the texture. Does it smell as good? Oh, my word, it does.
It does smell good, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to make a pillow out of that. It smells delicious. Honestly, it's so soft.
You are funny. But yeah, if you just joined us, I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Bex and I are with you right now. We have got great plans for 2024, by the way. So we've got all the live shows are going to continue, the live stream shows through January. So Wednesday, Thursday, 10 till 1, Sunday
10 till 2.
Well done.
Thank you.
And we have got some extra shows on QVC.
Yes, we have, yeah. Yeah, we're working with the biggest and best shopping channel out there.
Absolutely.
You've got the first ones, haven't you?
Yes, off the top of my head, I'm going to say the 7th and the 14th of January on the main channel QVC.
Yeah, I think I've got 19th and 20th. I think one of them's going to be on the QVC Style. I think the other one's on the main channel. Yeah. I'm not sure at the moment.
But that's nice. I mean, again, you can check the QVC schedule, and we'll keep you updated.
We will.
As well.
If we showed you our Facebook and Instagram things earlier. If you want to give us a little follow on there, we can let you know as and when things come up, dates and show times and what's going on. So please give us a little follow.
Honestly, it's going to be a really exciting year here on YouGarden TV. And I'll also post on mine, which is Shaun Ryan, S-H-A-U-N Ryan, presenter and plant man on Facebook and Instagram. You can also see what we've been up to over Christmas.
Over Christmas!
Yes! A few pictures you looking a little bit worse for wear, actually.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what he's talking about.
That's more likely to be me, isn't it? Like?
No, I'm hosting. I've got all the parents coming and I'm cooking. So trust me, the only way...
I have to say, my Christmas day was lovely because I was at friends.
Well, I've got to do the whole New Year thing. That's That's the...
Do you know, I've just
remembered the next bit.
Another disastrous Christmas that I had. Going back quite a few years, but I had just sat down.
Sorry, I'm playing with
a massive glass of red wine. It was like one of those, like...
Oh, the goblets.
Yeah.
I love those.
And this has got quite a few years before it was easy to contact people on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. When mobile phones pretty much had not just come out, but quite basic. Anyway, so I'm there with my mobile phone, about to ring all my friends, wishing Merry Christmas, and I dropped the phone in the glass of wine. So it knocked the wine over, but it also finished the phone off.
Was it red wine?
Yeah. But it finished the phone off, didn't work, so I couldn't contact anybody, and ruined the carpet with red wine. Not a good Christmas. So the moral of that story is don't pour too big a glasses of red wine. Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, what's your next Bex?
Are we doing the topsoil?
Oh, yeah, now
I was playing with that. It feels lovely.
Well, I'm very passionate about this because
I'm such a tactile person. I love touching it.
Sometimes you do need some brilliant topsoil, and it may be a lot of houses now, new builds, and I don't want to sound like I'm criticising builders and developments, but I've heard quite a lot of my friends say, oh, we turfed the back garden, but the turf didn't really take. And quite often, it's because the soil that you're left with is not that great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do need, I know the building firms will put a layer of topsoil, but sometimes you just need that bit more.
Yeah.
And you need better quality as well. Great deal on this. So you can either go for one for $9.99 or two for $14.98. This is sterilised as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. So this is quality graded, weed-free and screened sterilised loam that you're getting in here. I'm just running my hands through it because you can see how well textured it is. It's lime-free, rich soil. It's great if you've got new gardens. It's going to be fantastic for flower beds and veg beds and things. It contains rich organic matter, which means it's going to give you the absolute perfect growing conditions. And it comes to you from a fantastic manufacturer, Bulrush, who are a leading supplier of really high-quality substrates in the business.
And I was just thinking, because I turf my own lawn, it's big lawn, but I had to work the soil over so many times. It took weeks and probably months actually from start to finish. But if you were maybe seeding your own lawn as well, because that you
it's
can just
such a fine texture.
Yeah,
look.
you know the seeds are going to take really well.
Absolutely, and this has just come straight out of one of the bags. We obviously, we haven't taken anything out of it. This is genuinely what it looks like. We haven't sieved it or anything.
No, we haven't. Of course
That is the quality that we are talking about here. So yeah, if you need some good quality topsoil that has been sterilised, that is weed free, this is the one for you.
Well, what a great selection of products we've got today, haven't we? And that is a double up deal, don't forget. One for £9.99, but the best value is if you double up and go for two for £14.98. 1007.1. Now, the next section of the show today, we have got a fantastic array of feeds.
Come on, then.
In fact,
Let's do it.
Yes, I don't think we've ever been right to the back of the studio before.
I know it's odd.
Oh, quite like that.
No, I have to stand on this side.
yeah.
It's weird. This is my side. We're like Ant and Dec.
Yeah, they always have this. Yeah, it's true.
You've always got Ant on once. So am I Ant or am I Dec? I'm Ant. You're Dec.
Yeah, actually, without a beard, I do look a bit like Declan. I do, actually.
I can't be the wrong way round. It's weird.
But actually, I quite like the size because it makes me look a bit taller. Doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, just swap, look. Don't you think? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I look slightly short, whatever. No, it doesn't make any difference, does it?
Shall I just do this for you?
That's better.
Is that better?
Oh, look at that.
Wouldn't you love to be that tall?
I'd like to be a couple more inches.
Okay,
I'm 5'10".
This is hurting my legs now.
I quite like that, actually. Anyway, I'll have to make do with a 5'10".
Well, I'm sorry Santa did not bring you extra height.
No, he didn't.
It's
But
not possible.
there is a point to this story. If you want your plants to potentially be taller
Hey!
and stronger,
Well done.
we've got some great feeds for you.
What a great link.
And we've got feeds for all different types of plants, whether you've got acers, whether you've got bulbs, roses, general feeds, we have got it all.
Ericaceous plants, we've got everything going on here.
And we just sort of do a little section here, because these are products on my website, they sell really well, but maybe you're not as familiar with them. So it's a little chance to understand a bit more of the great ranges we've got here at YouGarden. So we've got the bulb starter.
Yeah, we're going to start with the
I haven't used this one, I will be honest.
No, I haven't used this one either, actually, but we should, shouldn't we, so that we can talk about it. But yes, bulb starter. So this one, it has the Royal Horticultural Society badge of approval on here as well. It is branded Royal Horticultural Society. And what this is designed to do is give your bulbs the absolute best start, basically. It can really give them the kickstart that they need in order for you to get the best out of them.
And sometimes, you know, it's like with bulbs, you'll plant them, you'll be a little bit disappointed. Some of them, maybe you've planted daffodils and they've come through what they call blind without the flowers on them. This does have, by the way, mycorrhizal fungi in there as well, which we have got available separately, but that is a brilliant fungi that helps develop roots really well and really quickly.
Well, yeah, so it's biologically active, so it's been designed to promote strong and healthy plants that you can then enjoy year after year. The benefits of this is that you get increased nutrient uptake, you get improved flowering, longer flowering time, better germination, you know, all of those things is what this is going to give your bulbs. So it's all about giving them the best start and then the best continued life, because obviously with most bulbs they come back year after year after year, so you want them to stay strong.
Because then you want those bulbs to spread and to naturalise and to have more flowers year on year.
Absolutely.
So a brilliant formulation specifically been designed to give your bulbs their very, very best life.
Really easy to use. So, I mean, all the instructions and everything are on the back here. So this one's use 5 to 10 grams for small bulbs or corms, 10 to 20 for large bulbs or tubers. 1 palmful is approximately 10 grams, so you don't have to be too prescriptive on this. Place your bulb starter into the base of the planting hole, plant directly onto product, backfill and water.
I don't know, I appreciate
that is it. Boom, done.
A lot of your bulbs have probably been planted, but there's many summer bulbs that you might not have planted yet. I've got a few I've not planted.
I've got some snowdrops that need planting. I'm probably a bit late for that, aren't I?
Yeah.
I think I missed the boat on those.
Yeah, I think the chances of those flowering are a bit slim.
Well, I'll plant them. They might not flower this year, but they might come up next year. So I'll stick them in the ground and see what happens.
They might do really well next year.
Stick them in the ground and see what happens.
Now, I love aces. We both love aces.
I'm a big acer fan.
But again, if you want your acers to have their best life, we have got the acer feed right now. And this is, again, it's organic, it's a granular feed there, and you've got amazing nutrients to give your acers a fantastic growing power. And I tell you what, the price of this, £7.99 for £10.99. And with acers, we want really great foliage. Of course we do.
It's all about the foliage, isn't it? I mean, is that the Jordan? I love that one. I haven't got that one. It's gorgeous. It is all about that foliage, and what this blooming fast acer feed is going to do is encourage that rich, healthy foliage and growth. It is perfect for established plants. It is brilliant for new plants as well. You know, those baby acers that you really want them to get a foothold in quickly, then this is going to be absolutely excellent for you. Again, very simple to use. All of the instructions are on the back of the packet for you. It tells you for new acers what you're supposed to do. It tells you for bare root plants what you're supposed to do, container plants, established acers, first application, second application, small and young trees or large trees.
And, you know, just thinking, Bex, it's so easy sometimes when you've got acers in pots to forget about them.
Yeah.
And you just
look
think,
at that one.
because
Acers.
acers do look amazing in pots, but you've got to remember, they might have been in that pot for several years.
Yeah.
In the same compost.
Yeah.
They may be absolutely starved of nutrients. And that's maybe why they're not growing much now. Maybe they become a little bit diseased. Well, I had one of my acers and it really didn't do well last year. And I'm thinking I probably should have fed it.
Absolutely.
Made it stronger.
I mean, all of my acers are in pots, and I often, so every year or every 2 years, I will take the top layer of compost out and I'll put a new layer of compost in, probably about that much, you know, a few inches worth. But it you know, that's...
But maybe not enough.
It's a small amount.
Yeah.
Actually, what we do need to do is make sure that we're feeding. You've got to think that in the soil, in our borders and things, there's a whole ecosystem in there. In the pots, that ecosystem dies out, basically. So we need to reintroduce that into those pots.
It's a very, as you say, it's a very small ecosystem in a pot
that disappears.
Yeah. So if you really want your acers to be phenomenal, and when you have got beautiful acers, they are amazing. aren't they?
I love acers. I am acer obsessed. It's one of my favourite. It's one of my favourite plants to have.
But that feed
it's
been really specifically designed to give your acers their best life.
Absolutely, yes.
And it's really affordable, actually. So double up deal 2 for $10.99 there. 100 105 is, of course, your item number. All of the products, we're just giving you a very quick overview, but don't forget, on the YouGarden website, there's amazing information on all of our products, really detailed as well.
Yeah, so go and have a little look, because there's so many items on the website for you to have a look at.
Now, next feed is actually buy one, get one free.
Love a buy one, get one free.
A bog off.
A bog off. Put one in your basket when it's a buy one, get one free. Enter the code YGTV52 and we will automatically enter that second one into your basket. And this one has been specifically designed for roses and shrubs.
And again, it's an organic granular feed. You've got a combination of the nutrients essentials for healthy rose blooms, but also it is, as we said, perfect for shrubs and trees, but brilliant for your roses.
Yeah, absolutely excellent. Now, this could be used on established roses already. So if you've got roses in your garden currently, you kind of just dig it around, where your roses are planted and dig it through into the soil. It is organic, so it is very difficult for you to overdose on this. It's also safe for children and for pets once it's been watered in as well, because it is organic.
So
it's tried and tested.
For established roses, you sprinkle it around and then dig it in.
Sprinkle it around and then use a hoe or a fork or something just to, dig that into the soil.
And for new roses, and obviously at this time of year,
bare roots. Yeah.
Then you'd actually put some in the planting hole.
Yeah, once you dig your hole, you sprinkle some into there. I'm sure I just took a handful when I did it. But yes, it's all on here. Dig a hole, mix a handful of rose and shrub feed into the bottom, and then once planted, the bud union should be approximately 2.5 centimetres below soil level. So yes, that's for your bare roots. It also talks about container plants. It talks about established plants, your first application and your second application as well, and it tells you the amounts to put in there. But I literally just took a handful, put it into the planting hole. That was it.
When it comes to gardening, I am a bit.
I mean, look, you can measure it all out, and as I say, look, it's all on here.
I am a bit free and easy with stuff like. I mean, I won't put 10 times as much as you need, but I'll approximate.
Yeah, handful in. Yeah. But like I said, it is organic, so it was really, really difficult for you to actually overdose on this, whereas with other feeds, you can do that.
But you do get full instructions if you want to be a little bit more precise and prescriptive. And then, something that I do use, and I absolutely love, is our root grow. We both use this.
Yeah, love the root grow.
But on today's show, for the first time ever, we have got the ericaceous version of our root grow. So if you've got azaleas, rhododendrons, camellias, blueberries, anything that loves to be in an ericaceous compost, this is the root grow that is going to be perfect. So fantastic for acid-loving plants.
Yeah.
But this is a natural fungi that will establish that root system so quickly.
It absolutely will, yeah. It contains millions of natural beneficial fungi that help to protect the roots from disease, and then it helps them to, take up their feed effectively. It helps the plants to establish quicker. It makes them more drought tolerant. It makes them more robust. It makes them more efficient. I find this especially useful when we are planting into containers and pots and things, because as we talked about, you need to create that ecosystem inside the pot. And this is a one-dose application. Once you've put that in there, that's it. You don't need to redose.
But we've got, again, on our website, we've got some fantastic blueberry shrubs that you could, say, order right now and give them their best start.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
So azaleas, rhododendrons, fantastic.
I love that. I want that plant, whatever that one is, the Japanese azalea. Did we have that on a show?
You did, didn't we?
Why didn't I buy that?
It was a long time ago. I think it was October.
Oh, my word. I need to go and find that on the website and buy it.
Maybe it was
that was really pretty, wasn't it?
Maybe it was just before payday or something.
Maybe.
You weren't quite ready.
Maybe.
But I know many of you will have bought so many plants from here at YouGarden, and we do pride ourselves on the quality of our plants. But when you do plant them, you want them to have the best start, and root grow does give plants the best start. So we've got the efficacious one, then we have got your regular root grow, which we've both used many times, haven't we?
Yeah, and it's for use on pretty much everything. You know, you can use this on...
Apart from your acid-loving plants?
Apart from your acid-loving plants, yeah. You can pretty much use this wherever you're planting out, whether it's, I don't know, hanging baskets or borders or pots or anything, you can use this. You are introducing that natural ecosystem into there. You're allowing your plants the best start in life, helping them to develop their best root structure, which, you know, they feed themselves with their roots. So it's really important to give them that best start.
And again, as we head into 2024, January, February, March, a lot of you will be planting new plants and bare root plants. That creates a brilliant root system in a quicker period of time. And here is a little clip of film just to tell you a bit more about the incredible root grow mycorrhizal fungi.
Root grow mycorrhizal fungi is suitable for flowering plants, trees, shrubs and edibles, ensuring a far greater chance of survival and improved natural vigour. Simply apply by sprinkling the granules over the base of the planting hole to roughly match the area of your new plant's pot base. Just 1 or 2 scoops per plant is usually enough. Place your plant directly onto the granules, ensuring direct contact with the plant roots. This is important to help the mycorrhizal fungi propagules, contained in the granules, colonize your plant's roots. Now you can backfill the planting hole as usual. Within a few weeks, the mycorrhizal fungi will create a secondary root system that will support the plant for its entire lifetime, vastly increasing the uptake of vital nutrients and water from the soil.
That is a great product. And we should say a little bit does go a long way as well.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
You don't need a huge amount of that at all. So that bag there is going to, well, depending on how much planting you're doing,
Well,
obviously, that'll last you a while.
If I just show you the back here, don't know how good your eyes are. I tell you what, we'll get right in so you can see. Because my eyes, I watch the television and say, oh, I can't see. But there you go. That just gives you an idea of how much you need. So depending on your pot size, look at the amount of scoops, only small amounts, you see.
Oh, yeah, look, 10 mil scoops.
Yeah.
Number of plants treated.
Yeah, so a little bit goes such a long way.
Really does.
Bear in
And
mind-
remember, it is a one application thing. It's not something you need to complete, you need to repeat. Once you've applied it, that's it.
And bear in mind, I've got a 360 gram packet there as well. But it's that time of year when we're beginning tentatively to start thinking about growing seeds.
Yes.
Some of my seeds I do start in January, February time, some a little bit later on. I've got a complete shuttle tray and watering system. I really like this, and I've got a similar system in my greenhouse. And I have to say, it made such a difference because you've got the shuttle trays, so you've got 3 of these. There are 18 individual pots in each, and obviously you can reuse these again and again and again. But these sit on your trays, which have got your capillary mats in there. So this is a solid tray, so water is never going to go out of it. So if you're growing things inside your home and in your conservatory, things like that, it's not going to be a problem. But the benefit of having capillary matting is huge. And I actually did a little testing. I grew some of my seeds last year with capillary matting, some without. It was tomatoes, actually. And the tomatoes on the capillary matting just did so much better because some of the others dried out ever so slightly on certain days.
Yes.
And it did slow them down. And honestly, I'm just thinking if I've got pictures of them, but I'll
have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll post them on social media if I have. But honestly, the difference was incredible. But also, you can use the trays with the capillary matting for houseplants when you're on holiday.
I love that idea.
Because sometimes you don't want a stranger or even a neighbour coming in your house and watering your plants. So you go away for a couple of weeks, you come back and your houseplants, half of them are dead or looking very sad. But if you place them on here, give it a good soak, place them on here, the plants are able to draw extra water from here for several days.
I love that idea.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it's really clever. And the fact that you're getting 54 of those pots with the 3 shuttle trays, the 3 watering trays and the capillary mats as well. So that's a lot of seed growing. I'm not a big seed grower. It's something I need to get into. And I'm going to start off with my sweet peas,
Yes.
which is coming very soon. soon. So this is definitely a system that I would like to use. I don't have a greenhouse, so I will be using my conservatory in order to set my seeds going. And so this is going to be fantastic to do that, because it means obviously I'm not going to get water all over the floor because you've got those contained trays there. I think it's a really clever idea. And obviously, when it's not in use, you can stack all of these, can't you? Put the trays all together like so and stack all of these away so that they're ready for you the next time you want to use them. Love it. Really good idea.
So I'm looking at, I do have a greenhouse, and I don't go crazy with seeds, but I do grow quite a few seeds, and having the right equipment, you can tell.
You keep talking.
So you can tell Bex is a mum, she's all neat and tidy. There we go. But it is a brilliant system that you are going to use for many, many years to come. And only $12.99 with an extra £2 off today.
Well, all you need to do is rinse them out, isn't it? Yeah. Just give them a rinse out, dry them off, stack them away, and then they're ready for you the next time you want to use them. Or maybe if you're taking cuttings from things and creating cuttings. Oh, I've got so many ideas of things to do.
But remember, that is a complete watering system with the capillary mats. And because they do sit on those trays, they are completely solid. So no holes in there, which means you could put them in your home, in your conservatory, and you're not going to get water pouring through.
I might grow cosmos this year. I haven't done that. I might do some cosmos seeds. That's because I love those. They're pretty, aren't they?
I've got some cosmos seeds.
Love cosmos.
All right.
Because it's all feathery and fine, and you get these lovely flowers, and they're late flowering as well, aren't they? Love cosmos.
But I saved lots of seeds, so I will give you some of those.
Thank you very much.
The other option that you've got is this one here, where you get 90 pots, 5 trays of 18. But this one is the trays and the pots, but without the obviously watering trays and the mats.
Yeah, so this is going to be great if you've got a greenhouse or you've got those outdoor greenhouses and things.
Yeah, things like
what am I calling it?
Cold frames.
Yeah, the cold frames, or the ones with the plastic over the top.
They're not cold frames actually, but I think some of the temporary greenhouses, I've had a few of those.
No, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah, really good.
So if you're not worried about the water coming out the bottom, basically, this is the one for you, because you get the 90 pots, you get the trays to hold them. They've got all the drainage holes in the bottom there. But yeah, we're talking about a lot here, aren't we? Getting 90 of those pots included. Again, they will stack away as well when they're not in use. So all you have to do is give them a little wash out, let them dry, and then you can stack them away, ready for them to use again next year. You'll get lots of use out of these.
For many, many years to come. And I use these for my tomato plants.
I can't wait to grow tomatoes again.
I know, I
tell you need to grow the sun gold. That's what I grew last year.
Were they really good?
They are so sweet. So these are the ones that are like 9 point something on the British scale of sweetness. Ooh. They were the absolute best strawberries. I'm sure we'll be bringing them to you in the new year, because I got them from YouGarden. They were beautiful.
I remember going back a few years. So I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but a few years ago when it was in lockdown, and I was walking around our village, it was that time where you could do walks, but you had to stand and talk to people at,
6 miles away.
Yeah. And it was January, and I remember bumping into one of the villagers, and I said, I'm bored, and she said something. It was a lady called Lynn, and she said, there's no such thing as being bored, there's only boring people. And I was like,
shut up, you.
And I said, what do you mean? Slightly offended. And she said, well, there's things to do. I said, but I love my garden. And she said, but it's January, there's lots of things to do. And she actually said to me, one of the jobs could be just washing all your pots out, getting them ready for sowing seeds.
Absolutely.
And I did. And I went home, got all my pots ready, and I grew some, what did I grow? I said it earlier, I forgot the name now. Coleus. Yeah. Coleus. That was it. And I did, and I started them quite early, and they were amazing.
They're beautiful.
But the point of the story is, as we head into January, you can get a head start with gardening.
There's so many things that you can do. Yeah, there is definitely things you can do every single month. And actually, if you go onto the YouGarden website and you go onto the blog, they often do on there jobs for the month. So there's lots of things. I know we're very busy in spring and we're very busy in summer when it comes to gardening, but there are more things that you can do every single month of the year for your garden.
And just getting organised, buying systems like this, planning what you're going to grow from seed or what cuttings you're going to take. it's great to get organised, and that is a brilliant price for that, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
$12.99
for all of those.
And you'll be able to use those year after year after year.
Yeah.
Right, Blooming Fast. You've absolutely loved our Blooming Fast. It's been one of our top-selling products on the YouGarden website. We are doing a double-up deal on this today. And this is the big tub, isn't it?
Big tub, so
Yes.
1.25 kilograms. So we're talking about 2.5 kilograms with the double-up deal. I did do
Yeah.
my maths right then, didn't I? How
So-
many watering cans?
500, wasn't it? No, it's 500, wasn't
500.
it? Yeah. 500.
500 watering cans. How many watering cans do you need to go round your garden? I mean, I probably need 10 to get round my garden, and the pots and things. Obviously, that's my garden. Depends what size
But
garden you've got.
of course
but
it
that's going
does.
to last you a long time.
And I do think, in general, people underfeed rather than overfeed.
I definitely have underfed. I need to
Yeah.
get better at the feeding. Like, I'm really good at the watering. I keep on top of that, but I definitely need to get better on it.
Sometimes you've got that many jobs doing it, it's the last thing on the list, isn't it?
Well,
It's like-
yeah, and also because I need a water butt, basically. It's great if you've got a water butt because you've got a, I don't know, 60-gallon water butt. You can put the amount into the water butt, and then
pre-mixed.
all you're doing is filling up your watering can from the from the butt.
Now, one of the reasons that our Blooming Fast is so good, it's very, very high in your NPK.
It is.
Extremely high. We are talking an 18-18-24 configuration. Now, a little bit goes a long way.
It really does. You only need a 5 gram scoop for one watering can being about 5 litres, which is, you know, standard size for a watering can.
So one little spoonful.
One little spoonful, that's all you need. And you'll be able to then feed your plants nitrogen for those healthy leaves and shoots, phosphates to boost the roots. And you've got the
Potassium,
thank you. Why do I forget that one? For the amazing super flowers, fruits
Because
and
you're
veg.
still recovering from a boozy Christmas.
That's
babe.
exactly
That's
what
I think
it is.
So yeah, very high in your NPK. You've got all the additional nutrients in there as well. What amazes me is why people ever buy the pre-mixed plant food when it's so much better to make it yourself. So
Yeah.
as we mentioned, nitrogen, that's great for your shoots.
Shoots, phosphorus, which is great for your stems, your roots and your shoots as well. And then your potassium for your flowers and your fruits.
And it is an 18-18-24 on that, which is really powerful stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really important to feed your plants. I never used to. I was always like, well, they just need water. They get all their nutrients from the ground. That is not always the case, I'm afraid. And often you'll see people's gardens. I drive around and I see these beautiful gardens and they've got gorgeous flowers. And you're like, how have they got gorgeous flowers? It's because they're feeding their plants. They're not just watering them.
And actually, a lot of us now grow more things in pots.
Yeah.
You do. And hanging baskets, that is going to make such a huge difference.
I'm a big pot
Yeah, you've got loads of pots, haven't you?
grower. I
Yeah.
like pots.
Yeah,
I like my
I
pot
do.
plants.
I do as well. But do treat yourself to that. Well, not treat you. Treat your plants to
Treat
that,
your
mate.
plants.
Yes.
Oh no, we're going to talk about these.
Yeah, just quickly, we have got a really good deal on our bird trellis planters.
Yeah.
Normally $8.99 each. Today they're down by £3 to $5.99, but if you buy one, you get one free. Now, obviously, yours will not arrive planted up.
Yeah. Sorry.
But now this is true. Bex bought these a few weeks ago, and then you gave them to your mum and mother-in-law on Christmas Day, was it?
Exactly that.
Were they pleased?
They were very, very pleased. They're going to
Good.
enjoy these for many, many years. So it is a buy one, get one free on the bird trellis planters.
You didn't tell your mother-in-law that you'd only spent £3, did you?
No, of course not.
But you did plant it up, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we planted it up. So it was a gift from my eldest son because he didn't know what to get the grandmothers. So I was like, I know exactly what to get the grandmothers. So I bought the component parts. I bought the compost, which we're going to talk about in a second. I bought the triple pack of the hellebores that we had. And I bought the buy one, get one free of the bird trellis planters. And we had a lovely half an hour or so planting these up. And then they were given to the grandmothers on Christmas Day. And they adored them. And they're going to love them for many years.
And I was joking when I said, it only cost £3. But you planting it up with your son,
Yes.
that is worth
Oh, we had a lovely
so
time.
much, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. It was a nice little. It was only half an hour, but it was a lovely little bit of quality time.
But the planters
So
are
I got
gorgeous.
a gift from it as well.
Yeah, of course, you had a bit of quality time.
It's
But
lovely.
these are only £5.99 for two of them. We've put hellebores in there. But I'm thinking winter bedding, summer bedding, bulbs, whatever, and you are going to reuse these again and again.
Yeah.
The trellis does come out, by the way, it just clips in, so if you did want to at some point just use the pot, you can do. But I think they're really sweet, really gorgeous.
Yeah, they're
And
lovely.
such good value.
Nice decoration. Lovely little bit with the robins on the top there as well, which, as you say, we can remove if you want to, but why would you? That looks gorgeous as
And they look really good with our halo balls in there as well. But our top selling product of all time here on YouGarden is our premium professional compost. Last time I looked on the YouGarden website, the average rating on this was 4.7 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
There is a reason that that it was rated so very high, and that's because it works. And we've been bringing you this product for many years. Many years. In a previous world, both Sean and I were, presented shows that brought you this. And over the years, thousands upon thousands of customers actually got in touch and reviewed this for us and gave it a 5-star rating. They would send us pictures. They would send us essays telling us how good this is. It wasn't just a great product does what it says. They actually would send us lengthy reviews.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think it's amazing when somebody really sits down and writes, a proper paragraph on something.
It shows the passion that people feel when it comes to this compost. And we honestly believe that it does make you a better gardener instantly. But if you've never ever bought our compost before, why have we sold, it must be millions of litres now. Why do we have so many great reviews? Well, it's all about the formulation. And this formulation is precise. Every bag that we've ever opened up has felt and smelt and looked identical.
It does. No matter what time of year you buy it, when you open the bag of your premium professional compost, you will always be delighted by the quality of it, because there is a specific recipe that this is made to every single time. And it is made fresh very regularly as well, by the way. It's not that it's sitting on pallets in bags for months and months on end. It's made fresh, delivered here into the nursery, ready for us to deliver out to you. And that ingredients list is incredible. So what we've got in here are, so first of all, we've got peat in here. There's 3 different types of peat, black and white peat, so light and dark peat. But that has been reduced over the years, keeping up with environmental issues, it has been reduced, and then it's been replaced by some other vital ingredients.
Including a wonderful blend of composted wood fibre, and that does give it amazing texture. And it is light, as we're saying. It's not, when I say light, it's not dank, it's not heavy. Sometimes you'll open up a bag of compost and it's in massive chunks that are stuck together, and you've got to start breaking it down and hacking away. Never with this compost.
No, it smells absolutely gorgeous. You can really smell how good this is.
And that, because it's quite airy, it's going to give plenty of space and room for those roots to grow and develop. Now I can see what you're doing there. You're picking out the slow release fertiliser.
Yeah, there's loads of these. You've seen it as I'm moving the compost around. There's loads of these little green balls inside the compost. That is the slow release fertiliser, going to feed your plants.
I'm just
laughing at my hands.
Well, I'm just thinking they're true gardener's hands now.
Proper gardener's hands, I don't mind.
That's what we like.
That's going to feed your plants for a good 5 or 6 months, basically. And slow release fertiliser is a great way of feeding your plants. I know we're bringing you all the feeds. We've been talking about those a lot during the show. Of course, you still need to use those liquid feeds, but this means that your plants can get their feed as and when they need it, which is really, really important as well.
You've also got lime in there that balances the pH.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is a wetting agent in there as well, isn't there?
There is indeed, yeah. So the composted wood fibre helps with water retention, even water distribution, the wetting agent included, and the lime to balance out the pH turns this into a multi-purpose compost. So if you've been to the garden centre and you've been confused, like I have in the past, about which compost am I supposed to buy, what do all these numbers mean, you don't need to worry about it with this, because this is a multi-purpose compost all around your garden, except for your ericaceous loving plants. You need an ericaceous compost for those, but pretty much everything else. If you're planting seedlings into the trays that we've been bringing you, if you're taking cuttings, you can use this. If you're planting great big trees in your garden, shrubs, this is perfect for all of those.
And actually, the winter is a good time to move plants around.
Yeah.
Obviously, some you have to wait till spring. Some you'll get away with moving it, even in December, January, whatever. But whenever I move plants, I always put some of this compost in the new position.
Because it's filled with so many good things. Because obviously moving a plant can be stressful for it. So if you then make a lovely little bed for it that's got loads of feed and lovely stuff in there, it's going to be a bit happier about that move.
I was just thinking, if you got some money for Christmas, I mean, chances are it wasn't cash, it was a transfer to your bank account or whatever. But you might also want to treat yourself to our discount club membership for next year.
Oh, what a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because you'll save money. So on this particular deal, you'll save £2.50 instantly just by buying the compost.
And club membership is as little as £5 a year on auto renewal. So it's all the details are on a website. But if you have got a bit of cash for Christmas, what a great thing to treat yourself to our discount club membership.
Yeah, really good.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
By the way, 2 bags for £24.98, but as Beck said, if you're a club member, you get £2.50 off that every single time that you order. Do you know what I'm thinking? We'd better go back to those big pots that we started the show with.
Okay. No
so
problem
come and join
at all.
us. By the way, thank you for deciding to spend a little bit of time with us over this festive period. It really is nice. And Bex and I, we have got lots of shows planned in 2024. So we're still going to be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, 10 o'clock till 1, and on a Sunday, 10 till 2. All the shows, once they've gone out live, they will be uploaded on the YouGarden website and on YouTube, of course, as well. There's also, because we've got some other shows over Christmas, so do check out. We've got a houseplant show, we've got a clearance show. I got there, Bex, I'm just talking away.
Carry on.
These are only lightweight, you see, that's why. So Bex doesn't need my help. But we have got big plans for 2024. And don't forget, YouGarden will also be on QVC. Lots of shows in January. So I'll be on there, Bex will be on there. So we'll tell you more about the exact times, but the first shows are on the 7th of January and the 14th of January. So YouGarden on QVC as well. So loads happening in 2024. Actually, Bex and I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being part of YouGarden this year, 2023. YouGarden as a company, thank you. We were so grateful.
As we said, thank you.
Yeah. In a cool Bex way. But seriously, we only started the TV show towards autumn time, actually. So about end of August.
End of August, yeah.
And it just has grown so quickly. And it's been wonderful. So thank you to each and every one of you for your amazing support.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we've had a lovely time, haven't we?
We have, and we hope it continues for a long time, which is looking like it will. So
yes.
It's all good.
We hope we're here when we're in our 70s still. Because
pottering around.
Well, the great thing is, I mean, my mum still gardens and she's in her 80s, you know? And obviously she's not as fast as she used to be, but gardening is for life, isn't it?
It's a great hobby to have.
It's a brilliant hobby.
I'm so glad I found it. I found it a bit later in life than you did, but I'm so happy that I've finally turned on to it. It's great.
That is the best hobby ever.
Love it.
Right.
Should we do some more pots?
I think we should. We're going to just... We've got so many great deals on pots here today. This is the Diablo round planter. Now, these are normally $22.99 each. They are almost half price, $11.99, but the best deal is a double-up deal because you can get 2 for $14.99. That works out $7.50 a pot, Bex.
I know.
Amazing.
And these are just so beautiful, aren't they? You know, these, I think they look high-end, don't they? They definitely look like a pot that you've spent a fortune on, but these are not a fortune at all.
I reckon a lot of people will have been to garden centres over Christmas.
Yes.
Probably for, I mean, probably for Christmas decorations and for just nice.
Yeah, I was in a
meals
garden
and
centre the other day for
Yes.
the other week for our annual bauble shop. It was lovely actually walking around. Didn't buy anything, obviously.
But if you saw that in a garden centre, even at $22.99, you'd think, that's great.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You would.
It's beautiful.
But on YouGarden TV, it works out £7.50.
I know.
And that should last you years.
It should last a really long time. It's made of plastic, but I don't want you to be down on the fact that it's made of plastic. I used to be really snobby about pots, and they had to be ceramic or stone or whatever. But actually, modern methods of manufacture means that they are made of quality material. They're UV stabilised. They're frost resistant. They don't have that horrible seam down the side that you used to get with plastic pots. They really are designed to last you for many, many years.
Yeah. And so many benefits. Not only will they last a long, long time, and as Bex was saying, UV resistant, just easy to move around.
Yeah, much easier to move around because they're lightweight. They do have a little lip around here as well, by the way. If you're worried about how you're going to carry it, you can get your fingers underneath here.
I mean, don't forget, as we move into 2024, you're going to be a year older.
Oh, shh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking how old I'll be next year, and I don't even think about that.
Don't even think about it.
No.
You start counting backwards at a certain age anyway, don't you? You must have got to that age by now,
Oh,
surely.
yeah,
You start
absolutely.
counting backwards.
But it does get more difficult to lift heavy things as you get older. Not with those, 2 for £49. But if you want to go super big, we have got these.
I love these.
These are amazing, aren't
the
they?
Hendrix, or
Yeah.
as we're calling them, Jimmy.
We call them the Jimmies.
We call them the Jimmies. Look how pretty that is. I think this is classy.
Yeah.
So where you've got something of a shabby chic,
Yeah,
feeling
they're very
with your
different
Diablo,
styles, aren't they?
this is definitely, I don't know, high-end designer.
Yeah.
This is, you'll see this outside of a beautiful spa or something, wouldn't you?
It's a little bit
So
more...
pretty.
Glam. I was going to say that.
Were you?
Yeah, I was actually. I was going to say glamour, so I was thinking, is that right? But it is, isn't it?
It is. It's very, very glamorous because you've got this beautiful kind of brushed, I don't even want to call it gold. It's a bit more champagne in colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the black at the bottom, it definitely looks very boutique-y, doesn't it? Very expensive, very luscious.
And the great thing is because of the size of these, and they are one of the... Bougie, that's a word.
There you go.
I only discovered what bougie was watching a show on TV.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
What does it? It sort of means. Sort of means rich, but you can't really afford to be rich.
Bougie.
Bougie.
Not word I'd use. Sometimes like boozy to me. But anyway, but they're one of the biggest planters that we do, and they are glamorous. They are beautiful, but they're also practical, aren't they?
They're what, sorry?
Practical, in terms of their design.
Very, very practical. So you can see the raised bit in the bottom there, which is excellent because it creates this wonderful little trough in the bottom, which is great for holding on to
it's a good reservoir, isn't it?
A bit of water retention going on in there. But that bit is raised at the bottom, so that means that you're saving on the amount of compost that you're putting in here as well. So you don't have to you have to completely fill it with compost, which is going to make it a little bit more lightweight, but also save you a bit of money as well. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's going to be lightweight once it's filled with compost and a plant and all the rest of it. But obviously, because it's made of plastic, because this isn't metal or stone or whatever, it is more lightweight than it would be if it were made of those things. I just think this is incredible value for money. It's basically a half-price deal or a buy one, get one free. I don't know if you know what you want to do with them, but I do think that you should add these to your basket because you will want to do something with them at some point.
And don't forget, if you spend, and this is finishing very shortly.
In a few days.
Yeah, we're not going to have this in January. Free P&P on orders over £30, but that is finishing in January, just to warn you. I think with a size plant like that, you can grow something really big in there. I mean, that cordyland, doesn't that look spectacular?
Well, this cordyland would live its life very happily in this pot. For the rest of its life, quite frankly, because the cordyline will grow, it'll form a beautiful trunk, it'll get a little bit taller, and then all you'll do is underplant the cordyline with whatever it is that you want to.
Some winter beddings.
But yeah, that would look beautiful. And imagine 2 of those either side of your front door. Even if you've got a rubbish old front door like I've got, it'll look beautiful, won't it?
They could look absolutely amazing. And we could imagine these used commercially. We could, couldn't we?
Totally.
Honestly. Salon spas,
outside a restaurant. Yeah, absolutely. Outside of a pub.
Yes.
Well, because you're the head gardener of your pub, aren't you?
I'm the only gardener.
But you've often said about it and how you do pay lots of attention to the garden, and you'll know it yourself if you're driving along trying to find somewhere to have a Sunday lunch. If you drove past a pub that's got a beautiful garden outside, loads of flowers and plants and well tended, or you drove past one that looked a bit rubbish outside, which one are you going to go into? It does make a difference.
If I see 2 dead hanging baskets outside the pub, I'm like,
not going in there.
But they don't care. That's my perception.
Exactly that. And it's the same with any business, whether it's a pub or a spa or whatever. If you've got that beautiful display outside, and I think it's the same with your home as well.
Yeah. Well, those are absolutely gorgeous. They're half price today, 130,522 for the Hendrix. But we've all got different tastes, and the great thing is here at YouGarden, we have got pots for all different tastes and type of gardens. And this is the olive planter in green. Looks like a solid ceramic glazed pot,
doesn't it? Because look, you've
really
got that gorgeous shine and sheen on there. But it isn't, it is plastic. You can drop this and you haven't got the danger of actually cracking it and breaking it. Yeah, that's a good point. If the kids are playing football in the garden, like mine do, it's not going to smash the pot when the football hits it. It is gorgeous. It's a really good size as well. It's a nice deep planter. So if you're planting things like your standards into there.
See, that looks good, doesn't it?
That's going to be amazing because you've got the balance, you've got the ratios right, which means that hopefully it won't topple over in the wind, as I've discovered with some of mine that are in shallow planters.
That did look really good.
That did look really nice, didn't it? Quite like that.
And that's one of our standard viburnums. Again, just check the website for what plants are available. And I know this show's been all about garden essentials, but you can buy whatever you want from the YouGarden website. Just always put the code Ygtv52 in just as you check out, because that will unlock any extra promotions that are available. That Fatsia looked great.
Fatsia looked great in there, didn't it? I'm just gonna. I'm not convinced, but I'm just gonna do it. Oh, I quite like the colour combo.
I like that.
Quite like the colour combination.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You prefer it in the Hendrix?
You do what you like. Yeah, I prefer that in the Hendrix.
But what I will say is, try and get your order to over £30 and you get free delivery on all the pots and, well, anything that you're ordering from the show as well. We're going to go really bright now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Bright.
We've both got these, and I'll be honest, I put mine out in winter time. I don't know what you're doing there, Bex.
I like the balancing of it. It's a great game.
These did all fall over earlier, but it didn't matter because
it really doesn't matter.
Pretty much indestructible. But I do use my Bellagio pots in winter. I've got an area of my garden that's it's like almost like a black decking. Well done, Bex.
Thanks.
But these look great. Just to give bright colour.
Black decking.
Yeah, I've got black. Yeah, I've got.
Oh, bet that really stands out.
It does. Let's go.
These are mine actually. So those are the gerberas. We did a little deal on these from YouGarden
in summer. I remember,
in the summertime. Yeah. So you had a red gerbera, yellow gerbera, pink gerbera, and we matched the colour pots, and you got all of them together. But it just looks so pretty, even in summer when there's a riot of colour going on. To add those colourful pots into your garden just adds that extra pop of colour. But definitely in the winter time when there's not as much colour in your garden, these can be amazing. And I'm just picturing it against your black decking. I bet they look amazing.
They did look good. Yeah.
Wow.
But also, I did give a couple to my nieces. So I was trying to get them into gardening, and I just thought...
Oh, bright colours, yeah, that might do it.
When they were really young, it was like, you just seem to excite them a bit more. But they are down in price today. You get all 4 of those for £9.99, half price. What are they normally, £5 each?
£4.99 each. So, yeah, we're talking just under £20, and it's just under a tenner, basically, today for all 4 of those. Yeah. So you get all 4 colours. I quite like how they graduate as well. So you'll go yellow... Yellow, orange, pink, red.
Actually, yeah.
Red, orange. I don't know. I love them anyway. I think they're beautiful and bright, and they.
I'm just trying to work out the nicest order. I don't think you might, do you?
No, I just quite like the graduation. So you go red, orange, pink, and red. That graduates nicely. I don't know.
I just put mine in any order in my
They're
garden.
Lovely though, aren't they?
Right, something completely different next. Torinos. twin pack for just £3.98. Just even things like, where's my hellebore gone?
Down here.
Oh, there we go. We've got some lovely hellebores on the website, but look at the difference that makes. So if you've got maybe steps in your garden, if you've got maybe a little wall and you just want to have a few pots on there, I think these are gorgeous.
Yeah,
and that white really contrasts well against the copper, doesn't it?
Yeah, up against the dark coloured pot and that beautiful kind of brushed copper edge to it as well. That does look really, really pretty. A few bulbs in there, absolutely. Some of your winter bedding, summer bedding, that's going to look gorgeous in there. Again, remember, made of that beautiful plastic, so it's lightweight, really easy to move around, and it does have multiple drainage holes in the bottom, plus they are slightly raised on these edges here as well, so that's going to help to stop it from becoming waterlogged underneath.
I think I'm right in saying pretty much all of our outdoor pots do have the drainage holes already pre-drilled in there, which is important.
It is.
Well, sometimes if you've got to do them yourself, it's really annoying, isn't it?
It is. I've done it myself, and I've used a knife or a drill or whatever, and you end up splitting the pots.
Yeah.
These, you don't have to worry about that because they're already in there.
And they are half price today, saving £4, 130524. Now, next to me, just quick, I know we're nearly out of time. By the way, thank you so much for joining us over this festive period.
Thank you.
It's been lovely to spend some time with you. Wishing you all, obviously, a great new year and a happy 2024. But this is one of our final section of pots, which is our gorgeous set of 3 for £6.97.
£6.97 with these. And it's not a choice of colour, by the way. You get all 3 of these. The Prisma round planters. Love the design. Love that kind of brushed, aged finish to them. Again, it's another little pop of colour for your garden. You know, they're not as bright as the Bellagio, so you might like more muted colours. But look at how just the hellebore, for example, in all 3 of these colours really does beautifully stand out. I think it's really pretty. I use mine, so I've only got the green. I haven't got these colours. I've only got the green for some reason. But I used mine for my hosta over the summer, and it just looked really pretty. Love them. I'm gonna have those for years because they are designed to last you for many, many years.
And a great saving on those today of £11. I really like them. You might even want to go for 2 sets, and you can have pairs of different colours.
Yeah, I quite like that idea. If you were saying if you like the symmetry, if you went for pairs, you know, you'd have 6 and you'd have those pairs of colours.
Well, we are nearly out of time.
What a shame.
There are some other shows that you can watch, obviously, over the festive period. So do go on the YouGarden website, go onto YouTube. All the shows will be there, of course. And lots of new shows planned for 2025. Just before we run out of time, lots of you have been asking, do we do a peat-free compost? And we do. And we do a really good one.
We absolutely do. And you cannot... I mean, will you grab a handful of that compost over there? So we've got our premium professional compost and we've got our peat-free multi-purpose compost. Can we just hold those next to each other? Can you see?
I have to say, it's really similar, Bex.
You really can't.
No, I must.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Remember which one you've got. Don't put it in here.
Oh. Well, I don't think it'll do any harm.
But yes, this one is peat-free, so it has all of the benefits, you know, that you will get from your other compost, which is lovely texture.
Well, we're out of time. Wishing each and every one of our gardening friends out there a fantastic new year.
Yeah, really happy New Year.
I hope you have a great New Year as well, Bex.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of your support, for I should say, in 2023. So you can order anything after the show, but from Bex and I, that is it from now.
That's it.
So have a great time over this festive season and a happy New Year.